I am about to show you are some home experiments that are related to our subject, which is the fluid mechanics. So the first experiment that I am about to do is entitled Water to Temperature. You've got that effect on me. So first, here are the materials of my experiment. So we have plates that will serve as kanang siyang hapit aron kung mag-spill ang tubig ari siya ma-sud ang mga usik. So we have 4 glasses of water. These 2 glasses are cold water. The other 2 are hot water. So we have the food coloring. So dapat unta to represent the hot water, we need to use the red color, but then again, the red color is not available bisan asa sa moang lugar here in our town, in Bantayan. So what I have is an orange color. And to represent the cold water, we have the blue food coloring dapat. But then, walay blue din he. So ang ako lang nakitaan kay violet. So let's see unsay mixture nga mahitabo. And this one, this laminated paper will serve as kanang ana siya, patong para ini flip dili mausik ang content mo siya. So the first step that I am going to do is to get the plate. So, di ba mo na siya may aron dili siya mausik sa table. Then get a glass of cold water. So nana ang cold water, ang hot water. So the next step is to put the food coloring. So kay ang kaning orange will represent the hot water. We have to get a pinch of it. And let's observe ang iyahang unsa siya kapaspas mo dissolve. I-compare nato ang duha. So the orange food coloring in the hot water. Then the blue, I mean the violet will represent the cold water. So saan makita siya nga ang purple or ang violet kay wala pa kaayo siya na dissolve og maayo, right? While the orange wala na siya, as in nahilis na gud siya tanan. So this means that the temperature of the water influences of how it mixes. So from that alone, the temperature of the water influences in how it mixes. So when the water is heated, the molecules begin to move around quickly and they travel farther apart as they bounce off each other. So the food coloring dissolves in hot water before it dissolves in the cold water. So mas paspas ang paghilis sa food coloring sa hot water compared to the cold water. So the next step is to put the laminated paper on top of the purple water. So siya ibutang. Ito lang siyang itap to seal. To aron siya ma-sealed. So dapat ang kaning cold water kay ang kaning man siya mo atong i-turn upside down, dapat puno siya maayo until it overflows. So ako naman na siyang gipuno og daan. So next is let's siyang i-turn upside down. Glass. Then we will slowly get the laminated paper between the 2 glasses. Just make sure nga stable siya kay wala. Mas ma-epic niya tong experiment. So within seconds lang siya ha. So, diba, makita sa atong glasses of water nga ang color sa cold water kay kuan siya sa. So, this implies that a volume of heated water has fewer molecules and weighs slightly less than the same amount of cold water due to the increased space between the molecules. So as a result, hot water has a lower density than the cold water. So muna siya nga, when you combine the two glasses with the hot water on the bottom, so the water rises to the top, mixing with the cold water. So let's repeat the steps again, but this time, the hot water will be on top and the cold water will be the base or will be at the bottom. So let's repeat the steps. Add the orange food coloring to represent the hot water, and the violet for the cold water. So let's stir it. So again, temperature influences how it mixes, how the food coloring mixes with the water. So this time, the laminated paper will be put on top of the hot water. Okay, ang kali naman siya may mahimong nasa top, then the cold water will be at the base. So let's do this again. Kainit. Mainit siya.
Balihan ka ang ate. Ito.
So this time, we will turn the hot water upside down. We need to make sure the stability between the two glasses before detaching the laminated paper. Kainat. Good siya. So based on the result, when the hot water is on top of the cold water, the hot water stays on top, the cold purple water sinks to the bottom. Why? Because the hot water does not need to rise because it is already on top when the cold water is. So based on the result, we can see the difference between the two. So when the cold water is on top, when the cold water is on top of the hot water, the color mixes together, right? Mix siya largo within 1 second lang siya or less. However, on the second pair of glasses of water, nga ang bottom na niya kay ang cold water, ang hot water kay na nasa igbaw, the hot water stays on top, but the cold water stays. From the result, makita nimo nga ang hot water stays on top, then ang cold water stays on the bottom. So that's it. Thank you, science mates.